spider webs all over the place. Hopefully that's good. It means nobody's been back here for a minute, or at least a day. So, spider webs, everywhere there's spider webs. On my face, on my shirt. If a spider bites me, it'll hurt. Look out, everywhere spider webs. Well, right here's always the moment of truth. I don't know if somebody's in my favorite spot or not, so I just keep going. If not, I just passed my second favorite spot, so I'll just keep walking, and I'll keep my fingers crossed that there's nobody there this time, because there was last time. We'll see. It should only take a minute. I don't hear anything, so that's a good sign. So we'll see here in a second, I guess. If there's nobody here, I'll give you guys a tour of the little site. All right, made it here, and no one's here. Thank goodness. I like this spot. Looks a little different in the, it's not quite winter. We still got like 2 weeks till actually winter. But I mean, it is bare. You look at some of the springtime videos, and it's just green as far as you can see. You can see all the way over the other side of that hill over there through the trees. And we'll see what in the world. Last time there was, what, 3 hammockers or something here? I hate when people do that. You ain't gonna burn it, don't burn it. But we'll see what they did. So, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fire pit maintenance. They must have had a raging fire. It's completely full. Looks like, I'm gonna guess he had a little reflector wall or something, I don't know. That's all I can figure. The way the sticks are kind of staggered, I'll figure that's probably what he did. Which you don't really need, but holy moly guacamole. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's neat. I'm gonna have to take that out. Somebody fall on that. I might fall on it drunk later. Hurt myself. This is, holy moly. Let's go to hell. He wasn't messing around, was he? Yeah, I know how he got these in the ground. They may or may not be firewood. I don't know. I don't really need a reflector wall, which is all I can assume is what it was. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a minute, get some stuff spread out, and lay my claim. That's a pretty good example of what somebody means when they're talking about Widowmaker. It's, I don't know, 10 or 12 feet off the ground. Doesn't look like it from here, but it's about as big around as my thigh. I'm sure it's pretty heavy. You would not want that to land on you in the middle of the night. That's the kind of stuff you got to watch for when you're setting up your tent. Well, let's see what kind of goodies I got today. This we'll go through later. Actually, I think I want one right now while I'm setting up. Well deserved. Nice and cold. I brought my hatchet for firewood this time. I brought my hatchet and my knife. I know I don't need both of them, but I like them. There's my GoPro. Might use that here in a little bit. There's my food. Where's my knife? There she is. That's all I need in there. And I got a new tent this time. This is the Nature Hike Mongar 2. We'll try her out and see what happens. Brought a new pillow. What the hell is this? Nemo pillow? Where's the poles at for this guy? I wanted this. It's not the lightest weight thing in the world, but it's the only tent that I have that is outer first. So if it does rain, somebody said it was supposed to rain today, but I don't think it is. But if it did, I have an outer first tent, which is really the only reason I bought the thing. And the footprint for it, which is a nice bonus. I'll get this set up and get right back with you guys. I was going to look the specs up on the tent, but the where I was at the time, the service was terrible, so I didn't get to look it up. It does have that new, what everyone seems to be switching to, really weird pole design with the big Y's on the end of it. But it still makes it freestanding, which is another reason I bought it. Last tent I bought semi-freestanding, and I'm not really a big fan of it so far. I don't like having to stake your tent out to get it set up right, just in case, depending where you're at. So I didn't bring it this time. Super easy to set up, especially by yourself. Just all these new lightweight poles. Every time I set a new tent up, I'm afraid I'm gonna snap it. It's got good reviews, but man, does it feel pretty flimsy. I say it's one of the pole snap. Watch. That would suck. But there's why it's set up outer first. I can put the outer up and then put the inner inside where it's nice and dry if I want to. I'm gonna put the inner up first this time. I do believe I have it in the stuff sack with the outer first. I'll have to see. Yeah, I do. I'll just throw it down here for a minute. Put the inner in. And there she is. Put up the outside. Well, everybody, there she is. I don't really have it in storm mode or nothing. The weather's supposed to be nice. I didn't even stake down the corners. But I do like it's got two vestibules. If I remember right on the specs, it's all 15D except for the floor. I think the floor is 20D. And it's a 2000 PU coating, I believe. I want to say it weighs in right around 3.5 or 3.7 pounds. With the ground sheet and everything, which with the decent ground sheet is not bad. There's plenty of space. I would put 2 people in here. Hold your wire and hit this door. There's a decent amount of space. I'll have to get my sleeping bag and the mattress in here and everything and let you see, but I mean, it's a lot of mesh. I probably shouldn't have brought this for as cold as it's going to be. I mean, it's going to get below freezing but just barely. So probably should have brought something a little more substantial, but yeah, I want to try it out. Hadn't had it out on trail yet, so you live and you learn. If I'm freezing cold tonight, I won't bring this in when it's cold anymore. But there she is. I mean, I kind of like it. I've had it in the backyard a night or two, so I know I don't dislike it, just how much do I like it when it's cold. I brought my insulated climate pad today. I want to say it's 4.4 R value. For 30 degrees, that should be plenty. It's not even really going to be that cold. I went a little bit overboard, but I like this pad just as much as my regular Climate Static V. This one's just quite a bit heavier because of the insulation, but it is a very well insulated pad. And it's not, I don't know if you guys can hear it, when it's pumped up, it's not really that noisy. It doesn't sound like a bag of chips or nothing. There is a little bit of rustling, but I think you'll have that with all insulated pads. Somebody's probably going to say something because it's a little bit chilly out and I'm blowing it up with my mouth, but I'm not worried about it. These climate pads aren't super expensive. If it ever gets something inside of it, I'll just buy another one. Blowing it up, it does kind of smell like cigarettes. I don't know if that's the pad or the inside of it from my breath. I think it's the inside from my breath. That's about all she wrote. I think it takes about 8 breaths. I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and I get it in 8, I think, maybe 9 tops. That's pretty full. I do like the closure on here too. It snaps pretty tight and it's low profile. Not a bad pad. I think they had them on sale on Amazon. This pattern went out of stock or whatever it was. Trying to sell them all. I want to say it was like 40 bucks or something. If I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have bought 3 of them. But I was just starting out and got lucky. I did bring, I'm kind of excited to try out. I finally bought something from Nemo. Granted, it's only a pillow, but it's still something from Nemo. I'm slowly working my way into decent name brand gear. Unfortunately, most of this hiking, backpacking, camping stuff, you 100% get what you pay for. If you want nice stuff, you have to overpay for it, unfortunately. But this is pretty cool. It's a little inflatable pillow inside some memory foam, so I'm hoping that'll be nice and warm against my face, and it's not even cold now. I still brought my old standby, what in the world is this? Oh yeah, the Trekology. I really like this pillow too, so if I don't like this one, I still have my standby. That's probably plenty inflated enough, but I mean, you can see it's like a legit little pillow, man. I'm hoping I like it. It's got an integrated stuff sack, so you can't lose a stuff sack, but knock on wood, I haven't lost a stuff sack for anything yet. It just tucks right up inside over here. And I actually think I'm going to like this a lot. This I've not used yet. Haven't slept on it. It'll be a trial run, so I brought my other pillow just in case. And for the sleeping bags, Somebody's probably going to laugh. I brought 2 sleeping bags. It's only supposed to get to like 30 tonight, 32. It's going to be like right at freezing, so it's not even going to be super cold, but just in case. I've got 2 20-degree bags. I'm going to lay them together. This is going to be on the outside. I've got my Kelty 20-degree down, and this was a thrift store find, flea market find. T-Tom Sports, what is this, an Altos 20? I don't know if this bag's any good or not. I've only used it, somebody else used it once on a trip. They said they liked it, but I'm gonna layer 2 20-degree bags. They should be nice and toasty, I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna put the synthetic bag inside so the down bag has plenty of room to loft. We'll see how that works. I try new stuff out all the time. Half the fun of it. If I'm good at if I'm good at 30 degrees with the 2 bags layered together and I'm nice and warm, I'm not going to bother buying another bag. I eventually want to get down to 0. Hopefully sometime this year I'll take a trip at 0, but I'm going to start out right at freezing and then work my way down instead of just going straight for 0 degrees. I think it's about 45-ish now. It's supposed to dip. I want to say 31 degrees was the low for tonight. I got a little sock hat just in case. I've got a lot of extra gear for just in case. I'm probably not even going to use half of it, but I'll learn what works and what doesn't, and slowly my winter kit will whittle down to just the stuff I need. If you don't actually go out, you can't figure out what works. Even if it's just your backyard, you gotta get out there and try your gear out. Everything's set up. All I gotta do is light a fire, eat dinner here in a little bit. I'm gonna sit down. I think I've earned myself an adult beverage. Cheers, folks. I'm going to start losing light, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. Found these little matches, basically they're little, like little fire logs pretty much. Just little tiny ones. I'm just going to make real quick work of it and use these. If I can get them to break apart. Didn't break apart very clean, but yeah, they look pretty neat. I think I might have used one once or twice. I found them out in the garage and I was like, yeah, I'll take it with me. Had a little striker, but whoa. Yeah, I guess that works pretty good, I guess. I don't know how long they last. I think the box said 5 minutes a piece, but I highly doubt it'll be 5 minutes. See what happens here. I already got some kindling and all that good stuff laid out, so make real quick work of it. It's getting dark, it's gonna get cold, and I gotta get my food on still. I'm just throwing everything on there. So we'll come back here in, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so and see how well them did. I used 2 of them. I want to say it was like 10 in a pack or something, but I'll put the other couple back in my backpack. Click you back on here in a couple minutes. Yeah, it's been 2 or 3 minutes. It worked good enough. I'm gonna get a little more wood and get it on there, get me some coals so I can cook my dinner. I'm gonna do another temperature check. What is that? 20, 25, 30, so we're what, about 20, 28-ish degrees or so. There you go. That's a pretty good view of it. I don't have a stabilizer, I'm just using my phone. It's a little chilly away from the fire. But you see what I got going on in the pit. I got my little UCO candle lantern going in here. I had it hanging, but this real thin material I didn't want to do. Just leave it hanging by itself. So I put it in, there we go. I put it in my cup, hoping that'll warm the tin up a little bit. I'm about to throw some hand warmers in my, trying to do all this one hand. Throw some hand warmers in my sleeping bags and close them up. It's a little chilly over here. I think I'll be all right. I think 25-ish degrees. That ain't too cold. We'll do a temperature check again right before I go to bed. Still haven't eaten. It's only, I don't know, 7:30. It's pitch dark, but I'll get something to eat probably here in about an hour or so. Maybe I'll check back with you guys, let you see what I'm eating tonight. It's, I don't know, 20, 25-ish degrees. It's about the mid-20s. My nose is a little bit chilly. About to put my hat on. I still haven't put on my sock hat. Had to get the fire going a little bit more, and I'm moving my chair a little bit closer and feeding some wood into the fire. I got, you know, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Let me kick this up one. Whoops, there we go. I got a little stack of firewood, some more stuff to cut up. If I run out of firewood, I'll probably just go to bed. I want to eat first, but I got a decent little, it's hard to see it over there, but I mean, it's a good sized little pile. Should do me for a little while anyways. I mean, I'm out in the middle of the woods. If I really need firewood, I got my jacket up there. I haven't even put it on yet. Probably a little overkill to bring it, but last time we came, it was, heck, about 10 degrees warmer, but the wind just cut through you, and it was cold. Really not that bad now, so. I'll just sit here by the fire and feed some stuff in it. Have a couple brewskis and maybe eat here in a little bit. The fire's looking pretty good to cook on. I got plenty of hot coals. I got my little grill over here. Guess what I'm gonna have for dinner? Steak and potato. You guys tired of seeing me cook steak and potatoes yet? That's pretty much my go-to. Except I think I'm going to cook it a little different. The steak will be the same, but the potatoes, usually I square them up and fry them up. This time I think I might try to, I got some oil. I'm going to slice them real thin. Maybe do kind of like some French fry kind of deal. And if I can get my knife open with one hand. Yeah, I got my new little Opinel knife I'm going to cut my taters with instead of that damn dollar store. Everything's backwards in the camera. There we go. It's brand new, so it's super sharp, so I'm going to cut my taters with this. Real thin slices, fry them up in some oil, and see if I can do some wannabe French fries. Thought about it earlier, I wish I had some ketchup, but I don't, but French fries would be okay anyway. So I'll get this started to cook, and I'll get back with you guys here in a minute. I got my taters cut. I'm gonna fill it up with oil, To do it this way, I probably should have brought a little more oil. Probably should have bought 2 little bottles. I just fill up a airplane bottle of liquor with olive oil, I think it is. And then I put some good old Papa John's seasoning packets on it. I eat this stuff on everything. I even put this on my turkey and nobody knew it. I used like 4 or 5 packets on it and everybody liked it. Yeah, that's looking pretty good already. I'm gonna let my potatoes cook for a minute. I gotta go grab my leather gloves because about burnt my fingers just putting the grill on the fire. I'll let those cook for a minute. I probably will put the lid on them or put the plate over top of them, and I'll put the steak on here in a minute. I don't know if this is gonna work out, but I gotta change it up at least a little bit. I can't have steak and squared potatoes every single time. It's almost what this is, but I'm trying to do something different for you guys. It don't get a whole lot better than this. I got some fried taters, big old steak, nice warm fire, cold beer, and no one around for miles. See my little tent lit up over there? I got my little candle lantern in there warming it up for me. I'm gonna be eating good tonight. And have me a couple beers. Oh, I can coyote smell my food. It's alright. I got me one of these. I might have to stab something. It'll be alright. He smells it. Step off, it's mine. Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed here in a minute. I'm gonna do one last check. So we're at what, about 24 degrees? A little chilly away from the fire, but we'll see how my doubled up sleeping bags do. See if that little candle lantern throws any heat in the tent at all. Next time I see you, I'll be getting up and having coffee. Night, y'all. Good morning, all you beautiful people. Slept pretty good last night, nice and warm. I had the bags unzipped most of the way, just thrown over my shoulder. Stayed pretty warm, so I guess layering the bags worked just fine. My feet were nice and toasty all night. I did get woke up a couple times from this right here. I'll just have to roll back over and go to bed. Should be a short morning. I didn't actually bring any breakfast. I'm just gonna have some coffee and get out of here. Get home and do my chores at home. Let's get some coffee together. Well, we just had about a 10-minute conversation and I forgot to hit record. Last night was pretty good. I layered my sleeping bags. Had both, or at least one of them, unzipped most of the night. So I guess the rating on them is pretty correct. It's two 20-degree bags I layered, and I was almost sweating at some points through the night. So I think I'd trust them down to 20 degrees with one of them. Got my orange hat on. It's gun season right now. I've been hearing gunshots all morning. I had an orange pack cover to put on, but with the bulk of an extra sleeping bag and all the new gear I brought to try out for the first time, the pack cover didn't want to fit. Had me 2 cups of coffee this morning. No breakfast. I didn't really feel like making it. It's more about just doing it than being hungry. A cup of coffee or two, good at least till I get home. It's about an hour drive home. And I didn't have to use my deuce spades, so some people will probably say anytime you don't have to pull that out, it's a success. So I just got a short little jog back to the car. Nothing too crazy. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you next time.